Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we actually got someone on their way to basically change the windscreen. So whilst they're actually on the way, we're going to basically remove the bumper. Once that's off, we'll get it all prepped for paint. As well as that, guys, we're going to be changing the subframe. Once all that's done, we'll be cutting and polishing the car, getting rid of the runs that were on the door and the quarter panel as well. So we'll start the video by removing the bumper. So as we discussed before, the bumper is slightly off shade. We've got a test piece right here. It's been mixed on a different machine with the same color code, and it actually looks quite better. It's more of a match than the actual colour we painted before. If you look here and look right there, they're two different shades. This actually matches way better. Yeah, it'll save some blowing into the bonnet and the wings as well, because the car's been painted before and we don't know what sort of obviously paint scheme they used. So this is a better match. So what we'll start off by doing is jacking up the car, getting the wheels off and start stripping down the bumper. So you got the bumper off, we start stripping it all down, getting the grills out, the washer jets, the lower grills and the parking sensors. So we start off by doing that. So we got the bumper down to the skin now, everything is actually off, so we can start prepping it for paint. So the windscreen's been fitted, so the next stage is to start wet flattening the bumper with 800 grit and start prepping that for paint. So we'll start on that now.
So we just finished off flattening the bumper. It's nice and smooth. We washed it, so we're gonna dry it up and we'll see you guys at the spray booth. So we are in the spray booth now. We've got everything set up. So what we're gonna start doing now is start getting the paint mixed, getting that ready. Once that's done, we'll wet the floors, stop any dust from getting up, and we'll degrease the bumper and the washer jets and the parking sensors. We'll give the bumper a tack rag and we're ready to paint. So we've got our paint mix, the floors all wet now to stop any dust from getting up. We've also panel wiped the panels down and also tack rag down to get the loose dust off. So next stage is start getting paint on. So you put the first coat of paint on now, so you really put the second coat on. So you give it the bumper 3 coats of paint. So the next stage is to give it a big tack rag and we'll start getting the lacquer on. So we got lacquer mix in the gun now, so we'll start spraying it on. So we put 2 coats of lacquer on now, it's come out really good, I'm happy with that. So what we'll do now is we'll let that dry overnight. So guys, it is the next day now, the bumper's nice and dry, so we can start building it back up. So guys, we've built back up the bumper now, so the next stage is to start getting it on. So I just finished off fitting the bumper. The colour match is really good. I'm happy with the way it's turned out. So what we'll do now is we'll get the car down to the garage and start fitting the subframe. Guys, we've got our car on the ramp now. We're going to start taking the old subframe out and start fitting the new one. So we got the car up in the air now. We'll start having a look at what will need to be removed to fit the new subframe in. We've got to remove the arms, steering rack. There's also the anti-robot link that will need to be removed, and the mounts for the radiator. So we start off by getting the wheels off first. So there we have it guys, we have the subframe off right now, and you can see right here there's a massive crack running along the side, and you can see the bolt space right here is big, so you'll never get the alignment right.
Yeah, you can tell there's a lot of tension where they've actually welded it, and it's caused a crack just here.
Yeah.
So instead of fixing it, it's best just to replace it.
This is how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it's meant to be. You can tell it's a massive difference. And that's why the alignment was slightly off as well on the wheel.
Yeah, it's slightly on angle because of that.
Yeah, you can tell from the back here, because you can see the weld back there.
So what we'll start doing now is we'll start fitting the new subframe. So we just finished off putting on the subframe, that's all done now, so we'll see you guys back at the workshop. We're back at the workshop now. Before we got the car, we get a good clean because the next stage is to start cutting polishing it. As you know, someone's painted most of the car and it's got that dull finish to it. So we're going to get that shine that it should have. So we'll start off by masking up the car and doing it by sections. That way we won't get any compound everywhere. So we'll start off by getting the sheet on. So I've cut and polished most of the bonnet and I've stopped at this section right here. And you can see the big difference. This side's dull and that side is actually shiny the way it should be. And there's a lot of fish eyes on the bonnet. For some of you guys who don't know what they are, the little circles in the paint that look like fish eyes, and you have to really cut into it to get a nice smooth finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on cutting and polishing and finishing off the bonnet.
Z's going to carry on basically cutting and polishing the car, so while he's doing that, we're going to end the video there, guys. So we've done a fair bit of work. We changed the subframe, we changed the windscreen, as well as that we repainted the bumper. Everything's coming out nice, so hopefully in the next video the car will be nice and clean and polished as well. So on the next video we will be modifying the car. We've got a ton of carbon fibre parts to put on the car, so if there's any mods you guys want to see, let us know down below. As well as that, guys, we are thinking about smoking out the headlights and the taillights. So let us know if you guys want to see that, because I remember on the RS6 video some of you guys didn't like it, some of you did. So before we actually do smoke it out, let us know what you think. So we're going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, and if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Performance Rebuilds, and we'll see you guys on part 8.